Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Back here with you with another exciting episode. Just going to wait for people to come in. What's going on in the chat? Here with you with another exciting episode. I'm just going to wait for people to come in. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode. We got some price action on Bitcoin, sort of like big move, sort of. Not an FTX or anything, but we are down the 45 minute. What about the 4 hour? 4 hours better. Yeah, Bitcoin is down to $16,800. Let's check out the daily. Possibly because of our featured story, the Binance news, the rumors of Binance's imminent insolvency. Was that what's driving the price down? Or is it just buyers and sellers? We got Ted Cash. Happy Friday to one and all. Happy Friday, Ted Cash. Thanks for tuning in. G Chambers. Good morning from Cali, Furu. Morning, G Chambers. Hit the gym today? East Coast, West Coast. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, is Bitcoin breaking down from its bear flag? Are we headed for price target of... Do some technical analysis here. Are we headed for the price target of that would bring us to a price target of 12,283. See, look, I could do technical analysis. Make sure you click my trading affiliate link in the description. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's our Bitcoin technical target, $12,283. So we're at 12.2 thousand would be our Bitcoin technical target. Is that where we're going? Is Bitcoin breaking down from its bear flag? I don't know. Let us know what you think. But a lot of people are calling for it. A lot of people are calling for 11K in prey because of Richard Hart. So it's very possible. The thing is, it's 12/16 right now. It's December 16th. The longest time from top to bottom, according to 4-year cycle, would have us bottoming at 1220. So interesting. Could we be bottoming at 1220? Or maybe I guess if it's a few days later, the cycle remains intact. Or are the cycles lengthening? So we have three options. We have either the bottom is in and the cycle is intact, confirmed intact, right? 15,500 was the bottom. Option B. So that was option A. Option B, we bottom before 1220 or by 1220, we hit that 11K or whatever it is, 12,282 technical target. And then we just go sideways for another year and then we run up. And option C is these cycles are lengthening. So we're not only having diminishing returns, but we're also having lengthening cycles. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Are we having lengthening cycles, or is the bottom in or will be in by 1220? Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. No? Nobody wants to say anything? Okay. Let me know if things change. But moving on, we got Hex on the 4-hour. Dumping 2.5 cents right now. We are down to 2.5 cents. Has Hex bottomed? Has Hex front ran the Bitcoin bottom? Oh, we got some answers. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Marcovelli, bottom 420, full moon eclipse. Okay. You're one of those guys. Lunar cycles. Okay, listen, I'm not such a believer in that, but if there's a bottom at 420, wait, no, not 420 full moon eclipse. What date's the full moon? Is it on the 20th? And Chad Donner Schwans is in the chat. Schwans of House Donners has entered. Welcome, Chad. Okay, if it bottoms full moon, then maybe I'll become more of a believer in the full moon theory. But for now I still believe in the random walk. No, I guess 4-year cycle will be the best way to put it. And we go crypto bubbles. What a red day. What a red day. Trust Wallet token. That was supposed to be the cryptocurrency that does well when everything's dumping. Down more than the rest of the market. 29.9. Hex is down 11.5% since yesterday. Doge is down 17%. This USDN looks like it lost its peg. XCN, I don't know what that is. Yeah, overall, rough day. Rough day for the crypto markets. When does it get better, guys? When does it get better? This is a real bear market here for you. Hex Toshi. I like we flash down to 11,800. Pulse launches. Richard Hart creates a bull market. Okay, we'll see. Hey, maybe Richard Hart will buy out Binance. Richard Hart buys out Binance, the struggling Binance, and then that will really usher in the next bull market. Imagine that. Instead of BNB, the native token for Binance would be Hex. Everything's going to be paired with Hex. Who knows? Time will tell, though. Time will tell. Also, yeah, but I guess you could say, regardless of whether we bottom by the 20th, if it bottoms, let's say a couple days later, I think the 4-year cycle is still intact. I think it could bottom up to 2-3 months later, and I would still say the 4-year cycle is intact. And I would say that it's likely that would be the final leg down. I don't know if we could go down any further. No matter market conditions, we're just so oversold. And everyone knows that crypto precedes the rest of the market with both bottoms and tops. So I think the worst is behind us, in my opinion. Not financial advice. Do your own research. I mean, not the worst, but it's the worst, if it's getting worse, is almost behind us. Definitely feels like that, but who knows. We got 75 new holders and 29 new stakers. Change of current holders 75, 29 net increase of 29 current stakers. Hex continuing to onboard during the bear market, continuing to have the strongest and most intact community in crypto. That That is certainly for sure. That is a given. That is the undeniable. Hex community is second to none. What's your prediction for PulseX over 2 years? I really don't know, and nobody knows for that matter. So, just to be honest, gotta be honest with you, bro. Moving on, we got Twitter. We got from at KDP Crypto. Go follow her. So TikTok got 1.6 million views and 85.6 thousand likes. Richard Hart is a genius, period. Everyone is watching. So a very big crypto Twitter account posted a clip of Richard Hart. Let's hear what he's saying. Saying everything before it happens. There you have it. There you have it for you. Um, once again, Richard Hart ahead of the curve with the NFTs, ahead of the curve when it was the centralized exchanges, lending platforms, now the NFTs, always ahead of the curve with Hex, Pulsechain, and PulseX. Oh, sorry, whatever. You could see the subtitles though. Basically, NFTs, you don't own them. You're like, quote, you're buying something that's loosely related to a JPEG that's on some server or whatever it is. Basically, you don't own anything. You don't own the rights to anything. It's not yours. And if somebody copies it or, screenshots it, and sells it, they could be subject to like legal ramifications through copyright and all those sort of things. There's none of that. There's none of that when it comes to NFTs. It's just a pile of garbage. That's all it is. Everyone's starting to realize it. The market's starting to price it in, but this is the time you're realizing it. Once it's getting 8.6 million views, whatever, 1.6 million views on TikTok, it's already too late. That's why you should just listen to Richard Hart when he says something, because he's generally had a good track record of being ahead of the curve. Entheosapien, all hope should be crushed before bull is activated. I don't know. Is all hope not crushed yet? Does it have to get to the point where I'm starting to like question whether crypto's coming back? Like, is that all hope crushed? Because I mean, you go to general sentiment, go ask your friends, family, people sitting next to you in the coffee shop, ask them if they're into crypto. They're probably going to say no. Isn't it that SPF scammy thing? So I don't know. The people that are still in it now are the purists, are the diehard people. That's another reason why I think we're near the bottom if we haven't hit it yet, just because there has to be sellers in order to drive price down, and people that would sell based on like bad news and things like that probably sold already. The people that are still holding are just pretty die hard. They're pretty big purists. That's the way I see it. I mean, how do you see it? Expedition. I remember the last bear market, everyone thought it bottomed and went another 50%. Yeah, it could certainly happen, but we won't know until it happens. That's really the thing. That's why you just got to be in the right projects or the right products. And Ted Cash, CZ struggling to reassure the crypto world. I think more twists and turns expected regarding Binance. Correct. That is our main story. That is our featured story today. It is the Binance situation. I'm sure you guys all saw the interview with CZ on CNBC. If you haven't, we're gonna take a look at that. It's very interesting. How's my audio? Yeah, Link Up TV. Go check it out. All right. Moving on. We got more at KDP Crypto. If you can't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. There you go. Hex is your girlfriend, guys. But it's true. It's true. It's really true. It's true. It's true. You know, I was thinking once you get into the into the bull market, the opportunities are pretty much gone. The opportunities of life-changing wealth are pretty much gone for the people that weren't sticking around during the bear market, because the prices are already up like so much that the next correction might even, go lower than the price, a couple months into the bull market. So like everybody that's starting to come in is probably, or there's a very, this is likely going to be at a net negative when that big correction comes in. But those that stick around are the ones that are rewarded. So that is so true. You can't love me at my worst. You don't deserve me at my best. I agree. It's really like the first. It's like the first like real test, because even the people that got in the beginning, even the OGs, they didn't experience a bear market. They didn't experience a bear market. I mean, there were dips, but they were very short lived, especially in comparison to now. So yeah. We got some more KDPLS. I like KDPLS. Hex cannot be turned off. Hex has not been hacked. Hex revolutionizes crypto. Hex is transparent, all on chain. Hex is true DeFi. We don't have expectations from the work of others, but deep down, we all have expectations of Pulsechain. Gonna retweet that. That's a great tweet. And it is true. Cannot be turned off, cannot be hacked. Revolutionize crypto 100%. It was that and DeFi biggest revolutions in crypto of this past bull market. And everything's on chain, including the trading. It's not just the wallets, it is the trading. The trading is on chain, unlike all other ones that are hidden behind the opaque wall of decentralized exchanges. Everything in Hex is on chain. 2019 Hex was a scam. 2020 it was a scam Ponzi. 2021 people were sorry. 10,000x. 2022 they say it can't do it again. 2025 they envy us. Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Yeah, gonna like that one too. Follow KDPLS on Twitter, but you do see these cycles playing out. You do see it is similar to Bitcoin in that way, where it ran up to 20,000. Everyone wanted it. So in the beginning, it was whatever. Let's say it was a couple pennies, then it ran up to 90 cents. It was still fringe, but then once it started getting notoriety, it was like 30, and then it went to, let's say, 800 or 1,200, and everyone wants it, and then it goes back down to 200, 150. And it's a scam, and then it goes up to 20,000. It's just basically the difference between scam and, revolution, DeFi, everything like that is the price difference. Price front runs sentiment. Wait, down to 235? Oh my gosh, look at that wick. Wow. Somebody sold big. Yeah, down to 2.35 cents, guys. Are we going under 2 cents, and are we going under a penny? Wow. Saying Hedron took an epic dump too. Should we check out the Hedron? Do you guys want to check out the Hedron chart? Oh my God. Whoa. Wow. It is a red day today. Make it stop. Make it stop. Wow. Wow. Yeah, people be panicking. Is this the capitulation? What is the Sunday prediction? Are we having an 11K Sunday? What about Bitcoin? Bitcoin's still dumping as well. I'm going to leave this here, see if we hit the technical target. You guys know I'm not a believer in technical analysis, but as I pointed out before you guys came in, the technical target from the bear flag, which is seemingly breaking down, is 12,000. I guess now, should we do it from the top of the wick? Let's do from the top. 12,600. Furu finance technical analysis. Yeah. Anyone else buying today? How does it feel to be in a bear market, guys? Is it what you thought it was? Is the bear market what you thought it was? Everyone had the expectation that they were getting out. That's the funny thing. Everyone thinks that, people get caught up in this euphoria and they think that the bear market is never coming in. That's not true. Everyone was saying it was going to come in. BitBoy Crypto was saying it was going to come in. Carl the Moon said it was going to come in. The only thing is Carl the Moon said the Bitcoin bear market was going to come in after a $350,000 top. Benjamin Cowan was supposed to be the level-headed guy. He was saying 100 to 130,000 top, and then we're having the bear market. Only difference between the difference was everybody thought that the bear market was going to come in. They all just thought it would come back. It would come in a lot later. And they'd all be able to take profits and DCA through that correction, through that 80% correction to Bitcoin. But that's never how it works. Very few people get to buy the top and sell the top and buy the bottom. And it's usually the people that have, the ability to really move the price. So if you think you're going to be that person, moral of the story is you're not. Scam is by far the most overused word in the crypto sphere. Everything is a scam if you listen to the average person. Well, most things are. Most things are scams, rug pulls, or they're not coming back. But that doesn't mean that a given thing is a scam. That's why it's really important that you understand what you're buying. You know what you hold. It's a very cliche thing in finance and now crypto to say know what you hold. But it really is true. Like if you understood Bitcoin, you knew its price performance potential. Like people like Roger Ver knew Bitcoin's price performance potential. And I remember there was someone who was streaming with Richard Hart, and he told a story about how Roger Ver's wallet got hacked and he lost maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Bitcoin, and he bought it all back. And that was when it was under $1,000. That just goes to prove to you that he really knew what it was. He knew the technology and like how it could really change the world. And that's why he had such conviction that when it went down, he bought it back. So if you do your research with Hex and you discern facts from fiction and figure out it's not a scam and it's a life-changing technology, if that's your conclusion, then these sort of dips shouldn't be bothering you. That's really the overall point. But yeah, most things are a scam. That's why I was saying, like with Johnny Chaos, that like the Bitcoin maxis, I understand where they're coming from, because there were probably so many shiny new objects that came in and out of the crypto market that left, and Bitcoin was constant. If you're not buying now, you'll be buying at a nickel. Oh, yeah. My opinion, price prediction get people most wrecked, especially newcomers. On average, the bull market ends around 12 to 18 months after the Bitcoin halving. Has it ever gone 8? Yeah. Most people get wrecked, especially newcomers. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's 12. Yeah, 12 to 18 after the Bitcoin halving. And it ended like just on time. Everyone thought cycles were going to lengthen. It didn't happen. Sapien, this bear market is water off a duck's back for me. Been here numerous times. All these crypto-based Web3 industries are projected to grow massively in the future. Yeah, I agree. Well, yeah. Well, most of the businesses and institutions are going under. This is the .com bubble-esque situation. But the industry, yes, it is coming back. All right. Let's move on. We got 32 watching. If you're enjoying, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Please follow me on Twitter at furufinance. And please sign up for the Furu Finance weekly newsletter in the description below. Oh, I like this one. This is from @yourfriend SOMMI. Has some good things he talks about. Also has some things that I don't like that he talks about. Like he, tries to make it like he knows how everything is going to unfold, exactly how it's going to unfold, when that's just not the way the world works. There is unpredictability There is, and yeah, there are things that you just don't know are going to happen. There's randomness, but I do like him, so you could follow him on Twitter. My friends, it's time to clean your YouTube and Twitter feed. Unfollow and unsubscribe to anyone who uses linear charts. Log is the way. Linear charts scare paper hands to never holding, and they would have sold ETH at $85. The 94% dip, bottom chart. Yes, this is very true. If any of you guys are new to crypto, you know that you cannot look at an ROI for a given crypto over time on a linear chart. It has to be on a log. And the reason for that, can we see like the whole thing? Yeah, the reason for that is because um, a linear shows you the price changes and a log really shows you the percentage changes. And your ROI is based on percentage changes, meaning if it goes from $1, if it goes from $1 to $2, that's a 100% increase. But if it goes from $10, if it goes to $10 to $20, it's a far bigger price change, but the same percentage change. But since the price change is so big, since the price change from 10 to 20 is so big, it basically dwarfs the smaller price changes, which essentially have the same percentage changes or sometimes even greater percentage changes. So you can't really see a return on investment of someone. You can't see a return on investment for somebody for any given return on investment looking at a linear chart. And this is like Ethereum, I guess. Yeah. When it had its 95% correction on a linear chart, it looks like you're down, but in fact, you're not, because you don't see all the small price movements that are high percentage movements that are over here. So that's Ethereum on the log. Same thing with Hex. Everybody complains that Hex is down 95%, but at the same time, it's up. I can tell you exactly. From all-time lows, it's up 469x. So it's up 469x, and it's down 95%. So yeah, you got to look at the log chart, not the linear. And then another tweet from your friend SOMMI. There are big tribes in crypto who constantly do battle with each other. Their fans are gladiators. 4 maxi tribes, hyper aggressive believers. So you had Bitcoin, XRP, Cardano, and Hex maxis. All have hodlers of last resort. So yeah, that's important. That highlights the importance of community metrics. The importance of what it takes to make it through a bear market is having those hodlers of last resort, having those strong people like me and you, hopefully, that are buying the dip and staking. That's what really allows a crypto to come back in the upcoming bull market, which will hopefully come sooner than later. But yeah, no, that's a good one, and be sure to give him a follow. That is a great point. The thing is, like, XRP hasn't made higher highs, and people are saying it's because of the SEC. I think it's also because Ripple uses their community and their token holders to raise money. They just dump on them. So that's like huge sell pressure for XRP that none of these other cryptos have. They don't have companies. They don't have, overhead and expenses and salaries that Ripple has. So in order to extract value, they're dumping on their community, which despite the strong community and the holders of last resort, unfortunately, XRP has not been able to outperform its first cycle and its second cycle. And we got HVID Hex. Hope you're following HVID Hex. Guys, Hex is trending as number 20 over BNB on crypto.com. That's pretty big. Pulsechain will crush this list first bull market. I agree. There you go. Above BNB, but behind Corgi Doge, Corgi Coin, and Lido. Yeah. But that's good. It's good. It's good to see, we're not being gate kept everywhere. Crypto.com is big. They got 2.6 million followers, and Hex is trending number 20. during the dip, during this ruthless bear market. Let's call it what it is. Next up, we got Hexalana Pulse Lot at Stake Hex 5555. That feeling when Hexalana here's recycle narratives. It's a fair launch, no pre-allocation. People will build on top of it. Yeah, we've heard that before. It's built for the long term. And did I mention NFTs? And you can burn NFTs. Totally first principles of crypto, and Satoshi will be proud of it. Lols. Yeah. Bitcoin also had a built-in virtual poker game that was never developed. No one knows why Satoshi used certain definitions for Bitcoin terminology and why. Yeah. We just hear that so many times. Burns, buy-in burns, buybacks, NFTs, tokenomics, bunch of buzzwords to get you in so they could dump on your head. As well, Wales only said, there's nothing new under the crypto sun. The only genuinely new innovation was real DeFi, Hex. Not because of the code, because of tons of software predated all crypto, as blockchain is simply revitalized 1970s technology, lols. It's the design of Hex with the most undeniable, equitable game theory that doesn't simply reward those earliest to the free money spigot, but rewards specific positive staking behaviors that act as a form of virtual lending to hold up the value for all who participate. Very true, very true. Even if you don't get in early, what you can do is you don't have necessarily the money to catch up to the OGs, but you have the time. And if you stake longer, then you can really get ahead of the curve. You can really earn compound interest at a higher rate than people that, are staking for shorter than you, because the average stake length is six years, I believe. So if you stake longer, then you are earning compound interest at a higher rate than the vast majority of stakeholders. And it only takes a slightly, like I think if there's a 1% difference in interest earned over a long period of time between two investments, if one outbeats it by 1% per year, in the beginning, it's very small. But because of compound interest, it starts really, creating a gap over a long period of time. So yeah, that is what is amazing about Hex. If you stake it longer, you could really get ahead of everyone else, and you hold the price up, and the price continues to appreciate, and you get to earn more interest, which is just an excellent positive feedback loop. That's the way to put it. What are you guys saying? Pedro Garcia, I bought Hex at around 0.04 cents, and there's a possibility of making my money back before. Is there a possibility of making your money back before Pulse launches? There's definitely a possibility. I can't tell. I don't have a crystal ball. I wish I could tell you, bro. If I could honestly tell you what the price of Hex is going to be during the launch in a year and 2 years from now, I would charge you a lot of money. Trust me, I'm for capitalism. I will charge you a lot of money to tell you exactly what the price is. But unfortunately, I'm an honest person. I can't lie to you. I don't know, but I believe that cryptocurrency is going to come back. And Hex, I think community is the strongest metric for determining a cryptocurrency that comes back, and makes a higher high and goes up over time. And Hex has the strongest community. And that's because it has such sound tokenomics, et cetera. So the way I see it is just DCA. That's what I do. I just DCA, continue to DCA. And we got 45 watching. If you're enjoying the show, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. And I wanted to just make an announcement about the email newsletter. It's every week. It is exclusive content. It is exclusive content. I cover things that I generally don't cover on the show. And it's free. It's free. All you have to do is sign up. And to do that, what you do is you go to the description, like the video, obviously. Go to the description. Go click sign up to the furufinance newsletter after you send the donation, if you're feeling like it. You click it. You put your email in there and you get an exclusive newsletter. And I'm going to give you guys a little teaser because I really like this one that I came up with this time. And it is covering what I call the meme metric. It is covering the meme metric, meme tokens, and there is a Furu finance pick for the meme coin of the upcoming bull market. And I'm just going to read the beginning just so you guys get an idea of what it's like. So, and it will be sent out. It will be sent out right after this show's finished. And if you sign up to this email list, you will be getting this exclusive content and the Furu Finance pick. So here's how it goes. I would like to dear Furu financiers, I would like to reiterate my appreciation for signing up for my newsletter, as well as tuning into my daily live stream at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday through Fridays. As stated on my stream, this week we'll be covering the meme metric and what I believe will be the best performing meme coin of the upcoming bull market. And by the way, you'll see, like, obviously, I don't think you should ape into this. You might not even want to touch this at all just because memes are very risky and we have such an opportunity with the Richard Heart ecosystem. I think it would be very foolish to put considerable amount of money in here. But if you know how meme coins perform, though. So I'd like to reiterate. So before this past bull market, it was widely believed that the metrics for determining future success of a cryptocurrency involved utility, adoption, scarcity, and a company. And with memeability not even being an afterthought. The irony is that two of the best performing cryptos, SHIB and Doge, fulfilled none of the standard metrics, meaning based solely on memeability, they outperformed almost all else except for Hex. Well, SHIB actually outperformed Hex. How ironic? How ironic, especially considering grammar mistake there. How ironic, especially considering the fact that memes embody irony. This powerful metric makes one wonder if, in fact, anything else matters, or perhaps it is, in fact, all just a bunch of memes after all. I would certainly see it. It would certainly seem like that. However, it would. Okay, I gotta fix the grammar a little bit. I would still argue that memes are mutable. They change over time. What is funny to previous generations is no longer funny to us. So, while it may certainly skyrocket a cryptocurrency, in a given bull market, I find it hard to imagine a crypto based solely on memes can continue over longer time frames. Another thing to consider is the fact that there are endless meme coins that involve founders who scam, pull the rug, or simply do not take off. So the odds of finding the right one is extremely low. So in my opinion, it would be extremely foolish to chase memes with significant cash, especially considering the opportunity afforded to us with the Richard Heart ecosystem of Hex, Pulsechain, and PulseX. Wow, so true. This guy knows what he's talking about. No, I'm kidding. However, that is not to say we cannot have a little fun with dubious speculation and perhaps an I told you so moment in the upcoming bull market. With that said, the Furu Finance non-financial advice, do your own research pick for the meme coin of the upcoming bull market is. And you guys want to know, if you want to know, you better sign up to the Furu Finance newsletter, which is in the description below, right over here. Click the link. It is end-to-end encrypted. You do not have to make any commitments. You can always unsubscribe. Your data will not be shared, and it is completely private. And while you're at it, become a member for the price of a cup of coffee per month. We got cappuccino, $2.99 a month, latte, $3.99 a month, and macchiato, $4.99 a month. You get loyalty badges, so you get priority in the live chat, and you support me. And if you support me, and you supporting me allows me to support you. So help me support you and go become a member. Moving on. 0x Coast at 0x Coast is quoting basically Mario Nowfall. So he has those Twitter spaces, Sam Bankman-Fried in jail, Kevin O'Leary defending him, Do Kwon on the run, 3 Arrows Capital missing, Celsius dead, Genesis liquidity crunch, Binance on the defense. How did we F up so badly? Don't say we. It wasn't we. It was you. How did you F up so badly? That's really the question. Yeah, so 0x quote tweeted that trusted man instead of math. DeFi solves this. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Hex. Very, very true. Very, very true. Do not trust in man, trust in code. Even Richard Hart, leaves Hex up to code, not himself. Hex's yield is trustless, and everybody wants yield. The proof of that is Genesis and Celsius. And 3AC was a hedge fund, but BlockFi, Voyager, etc. And the Highest of Stakes movie said, describe this thing made by Richard Hart in the simplest way possible. And assuming you're speaking to somebody who doesn't know crypto, at Eric Wall, want to give it a shot, and obviously Hex. So how would you explain Hex in the simplest way possible to somebody who is not familiar with crypto at all? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's take a look at chat. Hexkin on Saturn says, I bought Hex at 44 cents and I've never been so excited because I'm becoming aware of the principles of Hex. Same here. I also bought it at 44 cents. I continue to dollar cost average. Not financial advice, your own research. So there's no guarantee the price appreciates over time. That BS. As early Hex unlocked, the dumps get bigger and bigger. With PLS, the supply of Hex will double. Do the math. Inflation will outpace demand. See, this is why you have to do your own research and you have to understand things. So let's break it down. There's no guarantee the price appreciates over time. No, that is correct. That's BS. As Hex unlocks, dumps get bigger and bigger. I mean, that is where we are in it's not the Hex unlock dumps necessarily, because during the bull market, the people that unlocked, they were so euphoric and they were so ecstatic about their price appreciation that they were down to restake it. But like everyone, like Richard Hart says, people like to buy tops and sell bottoms, and we are in this state of panic. And yes, the people that get their hands on that button, they do capitulate. And if they're up a lot, I mean, not necessarily even capitulate. If they're up a lot, then they might figure like, hey, this may never come back. Let me sell it. But there comes a point where the price gets so low that, the amount of people that are there that want to buy are going to deploy some heavy cash. That's markets. The price goes low and there are people buying. And then the price goes high and people sell. I mean, that's really the way it works. Inflation. And then he says, so PLS, the Hex price of the supply of Hex will double. That's not true. They're two different cryptos. There's Hex on Ethereum and Hex on Pulsechain. The prices are not the same, and inflation will outpace the demand. That's not true either. I'm saying inflation is not what drives the price up. It is the circulating supply. So it is the supply, but an increase in the supply does not necessarily mean depreciation in the price. And the proof, Richard Hart talks about the fact that the opportunity to get into Bitcoin was during its highest inflation. But basically, it goes by liquidity. It goes by the inflation. It goes by what is hitting the market. So, like, for example, you could print an endless amount of dollars. I could print $10 billion. If I put it in my bank account and never spend it, does that devalue? I could print $10 trillion. If that never gets spent, if that never takes scarce goods off the shelves, then there's no inflation. So the inflation in Hex, it gets delayed. It is delayed inflation. It doesn't hit the market, and you aren't getting diluted by the inflation. If you are staked the average of 6 years as well. But yeah, the point is the inflation is not hitting the market. I think the amount of inflation that hit the market this year is 1%. But the liquidity is thin, so there's volatility. With low liquidity comes high volatility. But the point is that provided that the inflation doesn't hit the market, the price could continue to go up. And there will always be those points where there are big corrections. Richard Hart says that dips are part of the game. Dips are part of the game. But do your own research. This is not financial advice. I wish I was seeing Hex for the first time when it was this price, though. And a Wild SJ is in the chat. Welcome, a Wild SJ. Are you following Wild SJ on Twitter? Great Sci-Vibe content, great Hex Pulsechain, PulseX content. And Crypto Chino, what up, gang? Better late than never. True. Absolute best opportunity right now to buy Hex and stake it. Delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. Very true. 3 times. Very true. Very true. Ted Cash says, furufinance, would you please consider writing about airdrops in your newsletter? What it is, when to consider it, is it worth it? Security concerns, when to sell or keep it? Very possibly. Very possibly. That's interesting. I'm not so fluent in airdrops. Maybe I'll do some research. Consult with people, like David Feeder. They know a lot about it. So we'll see. Hit the like button. Absolutely. Absolutely hit the like button. And anyway, moving on. What do we got? We got this is a good one. So Wall Street Silver said 2021, the U.S. spent 1/3 of its tax revenue on its military. The interest on the debt portion was $392 billion in 2021. That is now skyrocketing to $1 trillion in 2023 and likely higher in 2024. So basically, why has the interest on the debt gone up so significantly? Because they've raised interest rates. And when you raise interest rates, it's not a fixed rate. So the US government, which is a debtor nation, has to pay that interest. So while they keep going high, well, I'm saying they don't pay the debt off, but they do pay the interest. So they raised rates from, it was pretty much zero. It was like 0.5% or something, which is effectively zero factoring in inflation, to we're at like 4.2 to 4.5% right now. So that's like that's an insane percentage increase on the on interest rates, which means that the US government is spending now $1 trillion, nearly $1 trillion just on paying off the interest of debt, and likely higher in 2024. Correct. And then he says that this is why Fed will be forced to pivot and lower interest rates. That's a great point. You talk about doing research on a stock, on crypto, on the markets to know how things are going to play out in the future, right? So this is a great example of research. This is something tangible, not technical analysis. Technical analysis is absolute trash. But seeing this kind of information, understanding what it means when the federal government raises interest rates, and that they cannot have interest rates this high, right? We know that the recession we're in, or the upcoming recession, is due to higher interest rates. But knowing that the Federal Reserve government pays the interest on their debt, and right now it's nearly $1 trillion for the upcoming year. It's going to be $1 trillion for the upcoming year, knowing that, they can't afford to continue paying such high interest because they have a budget, their money is limited to an extent. So knowing that means that they're going to pivot. And when they pivot, when they drop interest rates to near zero again, the price of stocks, crypto, and real estate is going to skyrocket, just like it was before, before they started raising. Like, this is some good information. This can give you a clear mind and reason, in my opinion, to be hopeful in crypto in the near future. My opinion, though, not financial advice, to your own research. And he said, if the Fed takes rates to 5% and leaves them there long term, so 3 years, the bulk of national debt rolls over in that time frame. 1.2 trillion to 1.5 trillion in annual interest paid on the debt. The economy gets crushed with tax revenue dropping, annual deficits explode. Exactly. So 1.2. So if they raised to 5% interest rates, you got 1.2 to 1.5 trillion in annual interest paid on the debt. And how are they going to raise? Yeah. Then obviously 5%, prolonged 5% interest rates is going to lead to a lot of unemployment, people having a lot less money, and then they can't raise money. Like, they can't raise money through tax revenue to pay off 1.2 trillion to 1.5 trillion in national debt. That's some good research, and I hope you're following at Wall Street Silv. Wall Street Silver. Great account. That is something tangible. This is the kind of research, this is the kind of data I like, unlike technical analysis, which is garbage, absolute garbage. This is something that could really give you conviction on why I believe crypto's coming back and why I believe that cryptos with product market fit and a community will come back. And we got Johnny Chaos. You should be following him at CCFX Studios. Had a great interview with him recently. He had a couple of good tweets I wanted to show. So centralized exchanges are like VHS. We have on-chain trading alternatives and on-ramps now. Large exchanges go down, oh well. You're using outdated systems to begin with. Ironically, it hurts the coins that aren't EVM. They need those systems to trade cross chains currently. And then he said, did you know 75% of 75 centralized exchanges closed in 2020? No, it's because they aren't found anymore for people to talk about them. Centralized exchanges failing is absolutely nothing new. It's called recency bias. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Everybody's saying like, oh no, FTX went down. I mean, it is a little bit more prevalent because, you know, crypto is bigger than ever, but nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun. That's really the way to put it. These centralized exchanges going down. It's something that's been happening and will probably continue to happen, or perhaps it won't because of regulation. But does that mean that crypto's over? No, it doesn't mean crypto's over. So that was that. And then he says, full-length interview here with Furu Finance. Did one video and apparently it turned into a mini series at Furu Finance Hex. If you're interested, it's on his YouTube channel. If not, well, just, okay, you could read that for yourself. But yeah, I agree with that 100%. And go click on this. Go watch the full interview. You do not, if you miss this Johnny Chaos interview with Furu Finance, you want to go rewatch that. Excellent interview. Excellent content from Johnny Chaos. He is a genius. Moving on. This is our featured story, but let's go look at the chat meanwhile. Before we get to our featured story of Binance, we got 41 watching. Please like, please subscribe, please sign up to the Furu Finance newsletter in the description below. And please click the join underneath this video and become a member, become a contributor for the price of a cup of coffee once a month. Think about that. Some people pay for a cup of coffee every day. So you can't, is this content as important to you as a cup of coffee? I think so. And hit that like button. Yes, Elliot, I agree with you 100%. Is this the bottom? LOL. Yeah, we talked about this in the beginning, but nobody's going to know what was the bottom until the bottom is already in. That's really the way to look at it, which is why you got to just DCA if you believe in it. Not financial advice. Do your own research. But I think, I mean, if I had to say whether it's the bottom, it's either this or it's either the 15,500 or there's one more leg down. But I don't know. I said, like, the people that are still in crypto that would have to sell for a further cascade are the purists, are people that are pretty hardcore. I mean, that's the way it seems. Yes, true. And that's our featured story. Hex Addict is here for the Friday show. Hex Addict, Furu Finance, rightfully taking over. Oh, thank you. That's right. Furu Finance is the go-to Hex channel. We're just waiting for the Hex ladies to discover Furu Finance. Yeah, for sure. And appreciate the kind words. I believe so. I mean, or else it's not really a bull run, is it? Okay, moving on. We got our featured story. Share the screen with you guys. It is Binance. So there was just this recently, there was this video of CZ, and he was interviewed on CNBC. And they asked him, could Binance handle someone asking for $2.1 billion back? And CZ avoided the answering, and he said, we are financially strong, and he said our lawyers are going to handle it. And people were bugging out like, oh my God, they can't handle a $2.1 billion withdrawal. People are saying that Binance is the next FTX. Like, they are not really backed one-to-one. And It was just another FTX, another like using customer funds to basically run away with everyone's to basically fund the Ponzi scheme. So I like this tweet. Let's actually play it. Could you guys hear? No sound. Sorry. Let me see if I can figure out how to stop screen. Present.
We want to be transparent. We want to set the golden standard for reliability,
Can you hear?
solidness in this
So
space.
do it. Would you be able to
$50 million.
handle it if somebody asked you for $2.1 billion back? Would that be okay? Would you be able to still withstand things?
We're financially okay.
Including you have $2.1 billion to give away. If somebody came to claw that back, you'd still be fine?
We'll let the lawyer handle it. We are financially strong. We want to be transparent.
Oh, no. Oh, sound is okay? Oh, okay, good. So you guys heard it. Yeah, basically, so people were really freaking out when that happened. And I was kind of freaking out. But this is a great point. So it says in this clip is being taken out of context to fuel the fire. Binance just handled $6 billion in withdrawals a couple of days ago. That is 100% true, and we covered it on the show. And then he said CZ is saying if FTX came clawing back the 2.1 billion, their lawyers would deal with it, and that's very true. I think I know Meet Kevin did a very like funny kind of video trying to make it like, CZ was Sam Bankman-Fried all over again, and Binance was inevitably going under. It is a little bit sketchy. Also, I'm going to say that they were the news was basically taking allegations of money laundering that were from 2018. I think the investigation's still ongoing, where they're making it like it's something novel and it was going to take down Binance. You have all this stuff coming out at this point when crypto's down. So could that just be people trying to, could that be again news really trailing price instead of being ahead of it, which usually is the case. I don't know. Let's just look at this one. CZ attacked Coinbase, Gemini, and other exchanges today by stating the auditors don't know how to audit crypto exchanges. So CZ is now declaring that potentially the auditors of multiple crypto exchanges in the US do not know how to conduct audits. Is this guy okay? Yeah, no, that in fact is a little bit I guess fishy. That would be something to be more concerned with. So there was this news that the Binance auditor, I think they took their audit off their website. I think they don't want to stand behind it anymore. And CZ said he didn't want to and then in that interview they talked about basically that Coinbase was audited by Big Four accounting company Deloitte, which is a very a company with, you know, one of the best auditing companies in the business. It's a Big Four accounting company. So they were trying to press him, like, why can't you submit to auditing from one of these Big Fours? And CZ said that he wasn't sure if they know how to do it. And then people are bugging out about that, like maybe they're trying to hide something. So let's just read the featured article, just, you know, for all the information, which is from CNBC, Jim Cramer's network. We love CNBC. Binance CEO Zhao brushes off $2.1 billion FTX clawback concerns. Binance Chief Executive Changpeng Zhao dismissed concerns that his company could have $2.1 billion clawed back as a result of FTX's bankruptcy proceedings in an appearance Thursday morning on CNBC's Squawk Box, and said he trusted his lawyers to handle the proceeding. CNBC Andrew Ross Sorkin and Becky Quick pressed Zhao on whether he expected to be able to return that $2.1 billion worth of payments from FTX, which Binance earned when it exited 2019 Series A investment in FTX. A bankruptcy trustee will be looking to claw back any fraudulent conveyances made by FTX to outside businesses or investors. Would you be able to handle it if somebody asked you for $2.1 billion back? Quick asked him. We are financially okay, Zhao said, evading a straight answer. If bankruptcy proceedings can establish that a payment was made through proceedings of fraud, or what individuals should have reasonably known that a payment was fraudulent, any beneficiary in a 2-year look-back window can have their gains clawed back by the trustee, according to the U.S. Bankruptcy Code. Are you prepared to send that money to them? Sorkin asked Zhao. I think we will leave it to that to the lawyers. I think our legal team is perfectly capable of handling it. So yeah, this is talking about if it's like a very gray area, because Binance would have to know that a payment was fraudulent and that they received basically fraudulent payments, and that would be up to the lawyers to, you know, they're not, what is CZ supposed to say? Yeah, we'll just give back the 2.1 billion. No, he'd say we'd leave it up to the lawyers. You know, our lawyers would deal with it, and we're financially okay. So I wasn't so concerned in that. And I think there was another part of the interview which Meet Kevin was making a big deal about. He said, I think they asked, like, how should we believe you if we're backed 1-to-1 or something? And then they asked the second question, and CZ went second part of the question, and CZ went straight to the second part. And that I mean, to be fair, that sort of makes sense, because they said, even if you say we're back 1-to-1, how should we believe you? What's he supposed to say at that point? Like, we're back 1-to-1, but you just said, how should we believe me? So he went to the second part of that question. I wish I could remember it off the top of my head, but I can't. I think another thing also is CZ doesn't speak the best English, so it could really come across like he doesn't know what like he's trying to duck or evade things, but it just could be his English. Like, it's not the best. Not trying to defend him. There are things that I have been concerned. There are definitely red flags about Binance. Mazars removed their Mazars, which is the auditing company, removed the audit off their website. But that also, like, where is it here? Binance. Yeah. It halts all crypto work. So there, which is weird, but this wasn't it was not exclusive to Binance. So yeah, Mazars Group, the accounting firm used by crypto giant Binance Holdings Ltd. And other big players in the industry to vouch for their assets held in reserves, has halted all work for crypto clients, dealing a major blow to an industry seeking to shore up confidence in the wake of the FTX collapse. The French firm suspended work for cryptocurrency firms because of indications that markets haven't been reassured by the proof of reserves report it had published so far, according to an email seen. So they were making it like it was exclusive to Binance, but it wasn't. It was for crypto.com. It was for various other exchanges that they were dealing with. And they made it like, oh yeah, Mazars doesn't believe in the Binance, doesn't stand by their Binance audit saying they're back 1-to-1. It's no, they rescinded the audit from their website for every crypto company they were dealing with. So it wasn't exclusive to Binance. There are some things that I was concerned about Binance, but I'm concerned that a lot of these concerns that they're making up about Binance are just simply not true. They're just simply things that are either not novel or they're not true, or like they're not credible, or it's not like what it seems. Like CZ, it was very easy to make it like he was saying we're not back 1-to-1, but in reality, because he said, "Oh yeah, we'll have our lawyers handle it," but he was obviously referring to the fact that they're not just going to let FTX take a $2.1 billion clawback without the lawyers dealing with it. $2.1 billion is still a lot. They did handle $6 billion in withdrawals over a very short period of time. There was also another article I saw talking about how the on-chain data does not seem similar to that of FTX when the bank run was happening. But still, so there are fishy things about Binance. One of them is that, they're not really located anywhere, and they kind of use that as a way to not get sued, which is definitely a little bit shady. So that was one thing. But there were some others. I think the backing 1-to-1, they said only with Bitcoin. I think they said in the near future we're going to have the rest of our cryptocurrencies. But overall, I mean, I don't know. Things happen really quickly, and at times you don't think they're going to happen, and they just go down really fast. So who knows? Maybe Binance will be that next leg down, but I don't know. People are also talking about how crypto would be done if Binance goes down, it'll be over. I don't think that's true. And honestly, seeing the way people are fudding CZ statements on television, and even the way that CNBC was making it, makes me think things are getting blown out of proportion. So I think Binance is going to stick around, at least for the near future. But who knows? Again, we got 37 watching. If you're enjoying the content, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please follow me on Twitter at furufinance, and sign up to the newsletter in the description below. Orion. I'm not a fan of CZ, but I have to admit they aren't really being fair with this interview. Yes, absolutely. Very well said. Ted Cash, I have no interest in Binance. Nonetheless, I'm concerned for anyone who has Binance bags. BNB, baby. There are more exogenous factors impacting the survival of Binance. Yeah. Binance reminds me of Huawei in the mobile phone industry. Once the powers that be started focusing on it, the once fastest growing mobile phone is now nowhere to be found. Yeah, interesting. And that looks like it is it for your comments. 36 watching though. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Feel free to leave a super chat. I'll give you guys a second, see if you guys have any other questions you want or topics you want to talk about. But just a reminder to click join, become a contributor. You get special badges, priority in the group chat, and you get also priority in the comment section. Comments go straight to my members window for only $2, $3, $4, or $5 a month, price of a cup of coffee, and it supports me, so I'd really appreciate it. And also, sign up to my weekly newsletter in the description below. And Bajos asks, is Hex inflationary? Good question. Yes, it is inflationary, just like Bitcoin, just like Ethereum, just like all other cryptocurrencies. But the thing about the inflation is the inflation goes to the people that promise not to sell, right? So the inflation, if you really want, you can email me, furufinance@gmail.com, and we can go in depth and have a non-financial advice consultation. That might be an option. But the short The short story would be, the short way to put it is inflationary, but the inflation protects the price. The inflation goes to people who time lock, who basically commit to not selling over a given period of time. And the longer they commit to not selling, the more inflation they earn, the higher rate of inflation they earn. So since that inflation doesn't hit the market, that really enables the price to really skyrocket. It's why Hex did a 10,000x in under 2 years. Past performance is not guaranteed of future results, and this is not financial advice, but I do believe Hex will continue to make all-time highs and continue to outperform the crypto market. We got 39 watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at furufinance and TikTok. Follow me on TikTok at furufinance. And it seems like that's it for the chats. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you on Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, talking Hex Pulsechain and PulseX and broader crypto news. Till then, have a great weekend, everybody.